Hello, ladies.
Hi, Auntie.
Hello. Hey.
W- Welcome to episode 24 of Auntie Listen. And we're going to start with our quote. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And that is by Eleanor Roosevelt. What did you guys think of the quote?
The way that a mind thinks is so easy, so that makes sense. If
Yep,
you
yep.
build it,
Yeah,
if you dream it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. If you think it, they will come.
yeah,
All those things go together. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, they do. Okay, we're going to turn it over to Auntie Marva for announcements.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So the announcements are as follows. Thank you all for always continuously joining us each and every month here at Auntie Listen Podcast. We want you to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Do not forget to follow all of our handlers on all of the social media platforms. YouTube at Auntie Listen Podcast, Instagram at Auntie Listen, um, X, currently known as or previously known as Twitter, Auntie List 52888, TikTok at Auntie Listen, and follow all of our affiliate links. I'm sorry, that was dead air. There shouldn't be no dead air. Um, follow all of our affiliate links. Amazon, Bath and Body Works, Target, Walgreens, Walmart, and The Great Discovery. And remember, with The Great Discovery, you can sign up for free and get some paid classes, and you can upload your own course as well. And last but not least, I guess I already said that, but this is the last but not least. Don't forget your merch. Get your merch. Get your merch. What could you get? You could get a cup. You could get a bag. You can get a T-shirt. You can get your merch. I'm sorry for that outburst in the background, but you can get your merch. Get your merch, y'all. Get your merch. Get your Auntie Listen merch because it's cute and it is debonair. Back to you.
Okay, thank you for the announcements,
Can I
Auntie
can I
Marva.
cut in for a moment, please?
Sure.
Um, we do the greetings to each other, and we know that we have people listening. And I want to ask for everybody's forgiveness because we just get caught up talking about auntie stuff to aunties. But we have listeners in other countries, not even just the United States. Right now, our algorithm is like 43 people in North America. Where else do we see people? In Europe, there's 11 listeners, and in Asia, we have 4 people, and I think that's something. And we
Yeah.
really appreciate y'all for being here. And I'm gonna do my due diligence and get your specific, um, if not the cities, definitely your country
But the countries, yeah.
inside of there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we really appreciate the
That's so
listeners, even though we
cool.
get caught up talking to one another on here.
Yeah.
All
We
right,
really
y'all.
do appreciate.
I
We
just
really
want to
do
do that.
appreciate you.
We do
Okay.
too. That is so cool. I didn't know that. That is so cool.
Yeah. 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 I don't check the stats religiously like I did in the beginning, but when I'm getting set up for for the show, I do check Buzzsprout to see where we are. Um, so because it's May and May is Cinco de Mayo, for our food around the world, we are staying in Mexico. So for our dessert in Mexico, it is tres leches. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly, which means 3 milks.
Hmm.
This cake gets its name because it uses 3 kinds of milk: evaporated, condensed, and cream. This tres leches cake's light and airy texture has made it a classic in Mexican kitchens for generations. And then for our main course, we are getting gringas. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. Gringas are a popular Mexican street food dish that is considered a type of quesadilla or a quesadilla taco hybrid,
Mm.
consisting of a flour tortilla filled with cheese, al pastor pork, a type of marinated spit roasted pork, and sometimes pineapple, white onions, and coriander. The filled tortilla is grilled or cooked on a cornal, a flat grill, until the cheese melts and the tortilla gets crispy and golden brown. There are two ways of making it. One is by using a single tortilla, which is folded over the filling, and the other is by placing the filling between two tortillas, kind of like a mulita or a sincrozada. Um, in the latter case, the gringa is often served cut into wedges. However, no matter the type, all gringas are accompanied by various sauces and garnishes such as chopped onions and cilantro. So,
Ah, I
what do you
have that.
guys think about our food around the world?
First of
Hold,
all,
hold a pineapple, make it extra crispy, and run me about three of them, please and thank you.
I eat that at least once every other week, but they call it, I guess, to make it more easier to say, I guess. Not more easier to say. I paused on the more, but to make it easier to say, they just call it a queso taco. It's this gas station that has this excellent food along I-20 when you're about to leave Texas, maybe 2 hours from the Texas Louisiana thing. I love it. I'm gonna send y'all a picture of mine. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
listeners, that y'all can't see this picture, but the picture even looks delicious. My goodness. But
Uh,
yeah. Okay,
oh,
now I'm gonna
okay.
go in there. I'm gonna try to say it, and they're gonna look at me like, mm-hmm. But they know me because that's all I order from this place. Well, that and the tilapia. They have good. Yes, I still do eat tilapia after all this stuff. But
Ugh.
that thing, the queso taco,
Yeah.
very, very good. And they do give you the little sauces. Actually, like a little cup of soup, like a yeah, soup.
But like the Bahia tacos,
Mm-hmm. It's very
Oh.
much like that. It's a mix between that and a doggone quesadilla to me.
I call it transmission fluid. Give me about four of them with some of that transmission fluid, please and thank you. No, I'm talking about, I
So
even take a
good.
I even take a piece of that bread pudding and run it.
Yep.
Let me get some of that.
But no,
That
I've
is,
never had their pastries because I'm not a sweet food person. Even though I grew up around, we grew up around stuff all of our life, like being from South Florida. But I've never had any of their pastries, but
okay.
they do
So
look pretty.
I no, I do like their pastries because they're not sweet. They're not
Ah,
like
maybe I should.
no, they're not like American or French pastries. Well, French pastries
That's kind of
aren't
like
really sweet to me either, but like American, no, that's why I like them because they're not sweet at all.
that's how Nigerian sweets are not sweet either. I guess America is the only person that be overindulging with the sugar because
Oh,
they're
because
trying to
it's
kill us.
Yeah,
annoying.
But yeah, just because they're
yeah,
trying to kill us.
but
But a Nigerian
oh no, we just lost
Oh, we
Auntie
lost
Marva.
her. Oh
Okay,
wow,
she's
she's
back.
coming back on. There she is.
Okay, there she
I, I
is.
I just want to say, give a shout out to the Gulf of Mexico. What it's always been. We ain't worrying about what the other person said. Gulf of Mexico. I just want to throw that in there. I know it's
You're
random,
so
but
funny.
there we go.
But I've had a lot of their desserts, but I have not had their tres leches cake. And mainly because of the milk. I I can't have it unless they make like a dairy-free version, which would probably not even be the same. So,
Hmm.
I'm very
yeah.
lactose intolerant, and I still eat three slices. I don't care. That's for
Yeah,
y'all to
Marva
deal
don't
with.
care. She
That's
Wow.
that's that's for y'all to deal with.
I'll cry later. Run me 3 pieces, please.
You sound like Auntie Destiny. We have this one cousin that is allergic to seafood, but growing up,
Okay.
like every now and
Horrifically.
then, he would call
Horrifically.
somebody and have them on standby so that we can rush him to the emergency room because he wanted to eat his fill, not his share, but his fill of seafood. But somebody had to be on
Okay.
standby. He would chance that, and we would assist, because we get it.
We got two cousins because I got a female cousin in West Palm Beach that I talk to every day, and she have her Benadryl and her she have, she had her Benadryl on. She take the Benadryl before she even start eating. I be like, girl,
Wow.
I
ooh,
guess
but
that's
that's
like
me. That's
Narcan
me in the
on
that's
deck.
me in the dairy. That's me in the dairy. Run it. Let me get that. Excuse me. Free section.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so I have the topic this month, and this month our topic is, are you living or existing? And I'm going to tell you why I picked this topic. I picked this topic because I've been having a lot of health issues, and they have increased since I fell, because I fell in February, and I just didn't know that one little fall can like just take you out.
Hmm.
And I have had so many health issues surrounding this fall that I just feel like I'm just existing. And I've been very discouraged lately. And so I've been trying to work on ways of not being so discouraged, but I feel like I'm losing the battle, sort of speak. And so surprisingly, there weren't any articles about the topic, but there were blogs about the topic. And one of them, I forgot to get the blog, but it's hallmarks of existing versus living. And it says existing and living have the same four hallmarks, but vastly different results. If you're just existing, this is your life. Purpose, you have no real purpose. Engagement, you plod through your days passively and mechanically. Activities, life happens to you and you go through the motions to maintain it. Emotions, you feel no passion or joy. In fact, you may not feel much at all. So I just want to ask you ladies, um, at this particular time in your life, do you feel like you're living your life, or do you feel like you're existing? Auntie Janisha, we'll start with you.
Oh, way to put us on the front street here. I actually feel both.
Okay.
I feel like I'm living because I've had so much responsibility earlier on, and now I'm only responsible for me, and I am doing some of the things, which is not a whole lot, quite honestly, which is
Mm-hmm.
why I feel like I'm just here.
Okay.
But I'm comfortable with the not a whole lot at the same time. It's like my whole existence feels like a duality, something going on because there's not much I can say. I am that or or the other thing. It's like both things right down the middle, and I'm really not sure how to feel about that because it's like I can't address it without knowing which thing or something.
Right. Right. Auntie Marva.
Uh oh, did we
Auntie
lose
Marva.
her?
Oh, here she is. Auntie
So
Marva.
I'm sorry, I was being a mom again. So I kind of missed everybody. I missed the response. Can you reiterate the question one more time? I'm sorry, forgive me.
Oh, so I was just saying, at this point in time in your life, do you feel like you're living or do you feel like you're existing?
At this very moment, I am definitely living. I'm in a transition. I call it the finding place. I'm in a transition in the finding place right now, and I realized that, and I've been here for a while. For a long time, most of my life was just existing. A lot of my life was just existing, but I've been living
Mhm.
for for a while now. But even in the midst of me being here, knowing that I'm in, knowing that I actually reside in living and not just existing, I'm elevating. So I find myself in a finding place, and the finding place is not always comfortable. The finding place is it's transition, it's soul searching, it's receiving and letting go. It's a lot of things, right? So
Right.
it could be uncomfortable. It can feel a little bit like the exist just existing, but
Hmm.
there's this urgency of knowing something major is about to happen. So there's a little bit of anxiety. So there's happy and there's sad. There's nervousness. There's what else? There's I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know it's gonna happen, and I'm excited about it, and all that. You know, butterflies, weird
Right.
butterflies. Yeah. So
Okay. So this is what they say about living. They say, compare this with truly living. Purpose. You know your purpose and pursue it. Engagement. You attack your days actively and enthusiastically. Activities. You control your life and the things you do to enjoy it. Emotions. You feel passion, joy, enthusiasm, interest, happiness, contentment, and fulfillment. And I was just like, so when we go back to the existing um list, it's like, because they say like you feel no passion. I do feel passion, you know, but I just feel like, because like I was in school and I had to take this quarter off because of my health, because of my health issues. And I'm just like, oh, am I? And I was hoping that I would be able to go back next quarter. And I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm not going to be able to go back next quarter. I was only hoping to just take one quarter off. But now it looks like I may be taking two quarters off. And I'm not happy about that. But I'm still passionate about going to school and pursuing my degree and all of that, you know. But I don't know. I just been feeling so discouraged. So they were like, ask yourself questions to ask yourself. If you want to establish whether you're living or just existing, ask yourself the following questions. Who or what controls my life? Why am I doing what I do? Am I following my dreams? Am I living up to my potential? Am I doing what I want to do or what I have to do? Do I love waking up each morning eager to start my day? Have I set my own goals or have I allowed someone else to set them for me? Am I moving forward or merely running in place and stagnating? Do I feel basically free or basically trapped? So, Auntie Janisha, what do you think about this list?
If going off of that list, then it would definitely be living, but that's not what I feel. And I think the main reason why is because the one that I would not have a positive response for is who I think you asked, like, who are you living for, something like that. Was that what you said?
Oh,
Like
oh,
I don't
what was it? The Who or What Controls My Life?
because I
Is
feel
that
that
the
I
one you're
control my
thinking of?
life. I
Okay.
know that I'm controlling it.
Right.
Um, who you're living for? I don't remember, but to get straight to the point of what it is it's for my family. Like if it were not for here, for them, I don't even care that I'm here.
Right.
And it's not even a sad thing for me. It's just it is what it is. Like
Mm.
I do everything now to make sure that the property stays intact. It's family property. Um, my grandkids, I don't want to, like, when I think about even my health, no, I don't want to be in pain and, you know, all of the regular stuff. But I think about my grandchildren losing me early because they're the ones who really like me these days. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Yeah.
that's just what they do. And so I think about them possibly losing me early, just them. And so it's living for somebody else. But that's actually how I grew up too. It was almost never for me.
Right.
And I did have one goal, one major goal. A lot of things were tied up in it, but it was all about traveling. And
Yeah.
because I don't care to be on anybody's plane, confined in the space, I'm totally content with staying right here in these unraveling states. I ain't gonna, we're still united, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Auntie Marva.
Um. Oh, hold on. Let me clear my mouth.
Got some of that free milk leche over there.
Right.
I
Yes,
said
for the
that was so
city.
redundant. I said three milk.
Trace.
That's okay. It's still the Gulf of Mexico. It's okay. It's all
Uh,
right.
So
Trace.
If, yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna clear
No.
it up for anybody who didn't know. The president of the United States said some weeks back decided that it was no longer the Gulf of Mexico, but that it was the Gulf of America. So
Big.
every chance I get to throw that in there, even randomly and where it don't fit, I just like to shout out Gulf of Mexico because that's what it is. We're not playing with him. We're not playing with y'all.
Oh.
Get out.
Okay.
Get
Just in
off the
case
chain.
anybody didn't know, and
Get
yeah, I don't
is
have
off
mental
the chain.
Tourette's.
Get is off the chain.
That's a real thing, and some people are actually conceding to that. Like what?
No. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Auntie Marva.
Auntie Marva, what was your response?
Man, I don't forgot all 17,000 questions. Oh,
The article, Auntie. Where can we find that, Auntie Destiny? Where can we find that article?
This well, it was a blog. And
Okay.
I gotta go back because I went through several blogs and
Mhm.
I forgot to copy the link. And so I have to go back through all the blogs that I went through to find this particular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
it was definitely a good one. A lot of the questions were good. I can say I know for a fact right now I'm living for this little 2-year-old because I have rearranged my entire life to fit him. I had a beautiful house that I could afford with a pool. That's gone. I've downsized because daycare is $300 a week. So I had to cut back on all of my personal expenses just to compensate that and everything else he requires. Um, and I've also, obviously did the normal stuff, changed up my health insurance, added another policy for myself and for him. So it's a lot of things that I've changed, but I'm also making sure I'm looking in the future because I've been working on a project, and with this project, I am literally giving it my all. I am giving this project my all. This project, that's why I say I know for a fact that I'm living and not existing because I feel, you know how something, when you know something is about to happen for you and it's good, it's really, really good. I am in that place. I'm in the finding place for the better,
Mm.
because I can feel that this next move is going to be my greatest move ever. Setting
Oh,
myself up to be in a place to where I don't ever have to worry about anything again. So I know for a fact, majority of those questions, it's the answer would be from looking at it from a glass half full.
You sound
okay.
like Eleanor Roosevelt's quote: "The
Yeah.
future belongs to those who believe." Your face is probably right there. Somebody look that up. Pow,
Yeah.
Auntie Marva.
So so listening to you, you are following your dreams and living up to your potential.
I started following my dreams the first time I stepped out the window in Atlanta, and got a whooping for jumping off because I wanted to jump out the window on the roof. I started following my
Some hard
dreams
headed
when
kids.
they said, "Don't get on that skateboard," and then 30 minutes later, I had a broke wrist. I started living for me when we started sneaking out and playing like we was Santa Claus on top of the neighbor's roof at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been living my best life my whole life. And I'm just playing.
Yes, she
I
has.
was
No, I'm just
bad.
kidding. She has.
I was bad. But even back then I was very sad. Sadness was my friend. Sadness was my guidance back then. But now I'll say since 2013,
Hmm.
living my best life.
Okay.
But there's
Hopefully
something
that's
to
the
say
song you
about
just
that.
made up and not somebody else's song that is copywritten.
There's
Maybe.
something to say about what you just
Maybe.
said. Because I was initially thinking about the fact that I'm generally happy living for my family. It brings me joy. It really does.
Right.
And people might think I don't have any fun or whatever, but I do this vicarious thing and it's genuine, right?
Right.
But what you just said, Auntie Marva, you have this sadness, and I know growing up, your elder sister, watching y'all be so hard headed. Y'all did it things out of defiance. There was a fearlessness in you. I wouldn't have done some of the stuff just because I was more tame, but also because I wasn't as fearless. And I've always admired that in you. There's a fearlessness. And then that same fearlessness, you're using it now. So you probably would have been jumping out the windows even if we weren't under such strict rule.
Oh.
Mm.
That's how I've always seen you. Like it is something to be admired
But you
and
So
know
admire
what?
she
you.
And the crazy part about that is I've always been scary. I've always been very scary until I was angry. When I was angry, Hulk smash. But outside of being angry, I've been always been very scared. That's why, that's why I tried to make the best grades, and I tried to be the good kid in the house. I was terrified. I was terrified of life. I didn't date because I was terrified. I stayed away from boys because I was terrified. Like, I was terrified of everything. So within reason, I really was not fearless. In my head, I was very scared, and then, like, I don't know, every now and then I get aggravated. And
mm.
my alter ego, that's when Blackies show up, and then Blackies just do anything.
What you just say, Hulk
Wow.
smash.
Oh, smash.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, so I have been independent from birth, from the womb, but I find myself in this very dependent situation. And so I have caregivers now, and so I don't know what I would do if I didn't have caregivers because I can't do the things that I normally do, like my personal care and like cook my food and maintain the house or any of that. And so my caregivers have been a huge blessing in my life. And in the beginning, although it gave me so much anxiety to have people in my space, um, we're down to a routine. And so so it's not so jaunty as having people in my space, but I still find it very, very hard because I'm such an independent person. And to be in this dependency, it is extremely, extremely humbling. So, what do you think about that, Auntie Janisha?
I think that is a very courageous thing. I'm also pretty independent spirited, um, and it served in my position that I've shared so many times on this broadcast, being independent spirited, because it allowed me to um, do the work that I do believe that I was sent here to do, without worrying about what other people are saying, for the most part, encouraging me to do something else, right? And I've had so many people, it's been verified, because I've had so many people throughout the years to say, I did this. Like, I have a couple of people that they're truckers and they're men, both of them said they were inspired by me. I have people who have delved into our African nature and really researched that, and lived their African um, self, because of what they were seeing me do online, or how I was walking around, and just other things. So I think it's great to live your when you see something that needs to be done in your life, or a place that you could go that you're not used to, or you're apprehensive about. When you walk that direction, I think that it's a fearless thing to be applauded. I know you and I, Capricorns, Auntie Destiny, it is hard for us to rely on people.
Yeah,
And so I think about that for you. Like with my grandmother, she was a Hellcat all of our life. And it saddens me to see her where she is now, because she needs people. And she has humbled herself down a whole lot. And I think a lot of the humbling down, some of it is genuine, but I think some of it is also fear that she does not want everybody to just completely abandon her, and she needs so much now. That's just what
right.
I think. But that
I feel
that
that.
hurts me, even though she's caused a lot of hurt. It hurts me to see her that way, you know.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, just having the change.
Yeah, Auntie Marva.
Two things. I think, and I've told you this before, Auntie Janisha. You said that it's cool for you to know that people look up to you and have admitted that you've encouraged them and that you like that. But I've told you my whole life, I mimicked so much of what you did growing up because I always thought I got the coolest sisters in the world. My older sisters is lit. And I admired that. Remember, I started practicing writing how you used to write.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
was
are the
sitting.
first muse.
I liked some of your clothes, not all of them, but some of them. I used to be like, oh, that's so cool. I like what she did there, and it was just so much that you did. So whenever you say stuff like that, and I used to be just confused. Like, man, why you was lit, my sister lit? I was always just so confused by that. Like the first time I ever heard you say it, I think I had to be in like my late teens, and I just remember staring at you like, "Are we talking about the same person? What is wrong with you?" I don't know that person you describing. I don't know who she is.
Oh, that's funny.
but um, but fast forward. Um, I lost my train of thought there. I lost my train of thought.
Well, I'd
I don't
like to
know.
respond to that, the reasoning behind that. And I think most people go through it. It's because we live in a world that would have you conform. Even the well-meaning people in our lives that we know they have our backs, they will discourage you from stepping out on a limb because they don't want to see anything happen to you. They don't see the vision or feel the vision the way you received it. So you go to people with your plan or your thoughts or your dreams or whatever. Sometimes they'll shoot you down and they don't mean to quell your dream, but they don't see it. They've not received it. And they just really don't want you hurt. That's something that's hurtful because you get it in a certain way. And I've noticed that I've done that to people too sometimes, here and there. They tell me
Yeah.
something, and then I'm like, well, maybe you want to try this or that. So it's just a thing that we as human
Yeah.
beings of particular cultures or families or whatever, certain things are just out there for us if it's not the thing that we thought of.
Right.
And I think that because I
Nah.
walk different and because I walk the way I walk and because we dress the way we dressed and all this stuff, I've always been kind of awkward dealing with people. I've always felt judged.
I
And
can see
because I
that.
was already being judged and because the whatever was actually there, I just went anyway, just did whatever. Like you said, so hell away with it. I'm jumping out this window. I think that comes from this it comes from the same place. But
Whoop
I
me
think that
tomorrow.
most people on the planet go through it.
Now I
Yeah.
I
can
think.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you with that, especially with I agree with you, especially with the whole grandma thing because I find myself, and it's sad that I have to say this, but I find myself like not wanting to go in and say hi and visit. Like I literally force myself to do that. And I remember a time where I even after we got grown, I used to love to go in there and see her, even though I know she finna talk trash. Like I loved it. Now it's like I real deal have to force myself to go in there. Just some things that I've been going through over the past year or so, and it just opened up some wounds that I just it's making me want to avoid her.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want her. That's still the first mama that I've ever known.
Yeah.
And so I don't want her suffering alone or whatever. So I force myself to go through it and just go in there and deal with her. That's bad to say that I'm just dealing with her, but it's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Um, and it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. You know that. But I think it's just me being a mama has opened up a lot of old wounds. And I've said that before. Like me being a mama has making me rethink being a mama. Like I feel like I'm failing at this thing horrifically. But in the same sense, something else you said, I've always been really good at allowing people to give me sound advice and it be just that. I mean, and it be an opinion. Sorry.
Hmm.
Um, like I see a lot of people get angry. She told me to do blah 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 blah. Why would I go do that? And da 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 da. Well, why are you mad? You don't have to do it.
Right.
Right.
I've always prided myself on allowing my older siblings to be my older siblings in my life. I be knowing that I'm not gonna listen to y'all. I
I'm
do.
glad y'all find that funny.
I I real deal know in the back of my head, oh, she cares. But yeah, I'm finna go do this right here. Cause I wanna do it.
Right.
Especially with my second older sister. She used to get so bent out of shape and angry because I would sit there like the perfect little sister and hear everything she had to say and then go do what I'm finna do because at the end of the day, this is what I wanna do. This ain't got nothing to do with you.
And for those
Right.
of you that follow zodiac signs, The second oldest is a Virgo, so you can just imagine. If you know, you know.
Mm.
And I'm a Cancer, so we cater to certain emotions and things. Like, I love you. You're my sister. I'm gonna allow you to operate as my older sister in my life. But when I get on the other side of that door, that threshold, baby, I ain't girl. What girl? What you was talking about? I heard you, but yeah. Excuse me, move.
Uh-uh. So, Auntie Janisha, when
Mhm.
you're feeling discouraged, what are some of the things that you do to help you get out of that mindset?
Currently, I just keep driving. That's a part of the reason. People ask me all the time why I'm out here by myself. Where's my husband? All the stuff. I just keep driving. And sometimes I cry when I'm driving.
Oh.
Sometimes
Oh,
I listen to things because I like hearing other people's stuff. And um, it's not really to relate, but it's just to learn other people. You know, I
right.
love perspectives on things, so a lot of different subjects just kind of tone me down because I don't like wallowing in it. And there's a certain measure of speaking the truth, and then
Yeah,
there's a certain way that you can call things into existence. And I find that to be a fine line for me, a tightrope, because I want to be honest and address my stuff, but at the same time, to hell away with it again. Like, I don't have time for
right.
those thoughts. So they kind of get shelved sometimes. And that's one of those dual things that I was speaking on earlier in the show where it's hard to address what you won't keep the lasso around.
Mm.
So
Auntie Marva, how about you?
Can you come back again, because she said something and my mind took. I have very, for those listening, if you don't know, if you haven't figured it out, I have ADHD so bad in my older life, and I am literally like that squirrel from that movie. She said something and my mind said do 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 do.
you should probably ask Auntie Marva the question first because that could be long winded, as y'all know, if you've been following us.
so, Auntie Marva, my question was, when you're feeling discouraged, what do you do to get yourself out of that mindset?
Sing and eat. Eating is
Mm.
not good because obviously me and my chubby cheeks, I'm working on going back in the opposite direction. But outside of that, I'm gonna sing until the day that I literally live my life is my brain uh coagulates my life to a soundtrack. It is so bad that I want to respond to people in song, like instant. Like, you see how you keep getting on me about singing certain songs. It's because
Yeah.
an incident will be happening, or I can see a person, or someone will say something to me, and a song will pop in my head that fits that situation or person or response to the T. That's why I'm so good at the memes. Auntie Janisha, then you always ask me, how you get the good? Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I can find the perfect meme that will respond for me. And I thought I was alone with that, but my boss, who has a very, very colorful background in television and film, he's worked with all of the greats. Um, and he does the same thing with movie quotes. And I finally said something to him last week. I said, "Your your life is centered around movie quotes," and he was like, "Yeah, it is." I said, I can relate because I do the same thing with music." And he was like, "I thought you did. I You do it all the time."
Yeah.
So
Well, I
my release is music. It's always been music. It's always been, and I think my baby does the same thing too, because when he gets angry, he
mhm,
starts humming. When he wants to calm
mm,
himself, he'll look out in the window, he'll start humming. And that's my calm down. That's my That's my, what how they stroke the puppies down their back. That brings
Yeah.
me down. Because if not, everybody in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I do
Oh,
music and movie
smash.
quotes too, but I am conscious of the copyright, so I have to refrain. I do it in my head. so, so
But
I
I'm a
don't
singer. I'm a singer, so it's
so
kind
am
of like
I.
I'm
But
fighting.
not on
I'm
the
fighting from
podcast.
singing that line. But when I tell you, it's not just it's literally everything that y'all say. There's a new song that has been added to the queue.
Yeah. Yeah. You
It's
know,
bad.
yeah, I usually listen to music too, but I just find that in this mindset, I just can't. I don't know. The music is just not coming to me. So
Oh,
I pretty much have just been making fun of AI on YouTube. You know those little YouTube stories. I make fun of the AI, or I've been watching those chef react shows where they're making fun of like Jamie Oliver and stuff like that. But I don't know. Normally I do listen to music, but it's just not. I don't know. I'm in this weird zone to where I feel like nothing is soothing,
I,
if that makes sense.
yes, but I'd like to know because you have two fur babies, and I
Yes.
imagine when you first got them, they were or could have been. I don't know where you were when you got either of them, but I imagine that they were the thing that you're asking us about. Because when Auntie Marvel just said about a puppy, then I thought about, and I don't even know how I forget because I've been so excited, but I'll be getting my puppy next week.
Right.
And I know that she's going to be what you asked us. Like
sick
I
of
won't,
you.
I won't. Yeah, she'll probably be sick of me, but I don't think that I'll cry as much because again here for other people and things. Whatever I got to take care of, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's a lot of this job. I'm out here mechanically doing this job, and it keeps me from feeling what I would feel if I were not doing something consistently.
Right.
And that's what
You just broke up.
if your fur babies, maybe because you've had them so long, you're not factoring them in your answer, Auntie Destiny.
Oh, well, no, because they do come and provide comfort, like when I'm like extremely, like when I'm like in a really, really bad way. Like my
Hmm.
cat, she will come and she will just come and snuggle up and lay on my chest, and she'll just snuggle there. And like right now, my puppy, she's at my feet, you know, but I'm just in this weird zone to where nothing is nothing is helping. It's just this really weird place. I have not been here before, and I'm not exactly sure how to what I'm supposed to do in this weird space. But I
Hmm.
found this blog, and it's on the happier.com blog, and it says feeling discouraged. What do if you feel what to do if you feel discouraged? Step one, acceptance. Step two, gratitude. Step three, intentional kindness. Step four, the bigger why. And step five is self care. And I think number four, the bigger why, I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm in that why. It's like, why am I not healing? Why am I not, that's where I'm at. It's just, why is this not working? Why is this not? That's where I'm at. I'm in that bigger why. And I can't seem to get out of that. that why phase?
This is a question I've had to um feel in this way. How, like, I'll go into this I think I've shared this here before. When I'm watching a movie and it's a sad movie, something happens, like if there are certain things that happen in my life, I won't cry about it. I really only cry out here the way that I do because of depression. And I can't put a finger on it. Generally, when you're depressed, for many people, I guess, I don't know, at least for me, there's not one thing, it's just a feeling, and it's very heavy. I mean, I
Right.
can pinpoint some things, but it's never the one thing, but it's just a feeling of heaviness that I can't seem to put somewhere else. I'd rather pick it up, put it over there, like on that shelf, right? And so back to the movies. If I'm watching a movie, like I'm not gonna cry if that same thing were to happen to me,
Hmm.
but I'm about to cry for this actor or actress, their situation. And I've always been like that since I was little. Like, people going through stuff, and I just felt it so heavy for them. But me, it's like, whatever, you know.
Right.
And I think about that sometimes. It brings me up out of the slump too. You're making me think through this with your question. Um, I'll I'll snap myself out of it because I know that some people are just going through much worse,
Mm.
and so I just pick up and move on.
Do you think that you're not worthy of the tears? That you're not worthy of the affection to
I know
be
that has a
sad?
lot to do with it. Not to be sad, because I think it's okay for me to be sad, but
Right.
worrying about what I'm not getting or the reason why I might be sad. That's the unworthiness. And I don't know, maybe those things are the same thing. But to me, I feel it's okay for me to want something or feel it, but as far as getting it, like even when I'm happy, sometimes the happy thing is like, why am I getting this?
Right. Yeah.
That part of unworthiness, when I get, not when I don't get.
Right. So, um, either last night or the day before, I can't remember when I did it. I sent you guys over a life rating,
I
and
was
I
hoping you'd
know,
forget about it.
yeah, no, I know you were, but no, I'm telling you, you were upset about. You mentioned that you were upset about your score, and I was telling you it's probably not worse than mine. So my overall score was a 59, and a lot of it had to do with my current health situation. So what was your score that you were upset about?
Um,
So what was your score first off?
it was 66,
Okay.
which out of 100, that's barely over half. And I'm not a low achiever. First of all, I don't like to look at the number 66 because I'm remembering school. That's the one
Right.
part. But when I'm looking at the individual scores, environment and finance, okay, 'cause that's some Capricorn stuff. It actually made me feel good because those two are way up there. But looking at the
Okay.
rest of it is what brought that 66 on. And I'm just annoyed at that. But those things, um, the appearance, I'll share with everybody on air. That's the one that can be greatly improved upon. But I'd be out here
Mhm.
not really giving a flip like that because that's one of the things I don't care about, like the fashions and all the stuff. I do a little bit, but I'm not gonna those big old eyelashes. I'm not doing that. That baby hair smashed down on top of your head, on the
I'm
side of the
sitting here putting
forehead.
my lashes on now. I'm putting my
I'm not
lashes on
judging
now.
you. I'm just saying what I'm not doing. Those things are not me with the gel on the side of the forehead stuff with the baby hair.
Right.
Certain things, the long nails. pointed like a thing. No, I'm not into just because it's a thing.
Right.
And so when it was asking about the appearance, it actually asks about hygiene. And to me, that was, I was thinking appearance in the first place. Because yes, I'm gonna take a bath and I'm gonna do the stuff, but I heard Auntie Marva's voice in my head because I was gonna give a better response to that one, but I
Mhm.
heard her saying, "You're not moisturizing," and it was
Oh,
kind of like, ugh. So I can't put that because in these 50 something years old self, I need to be moisturized. Certain things I need to be doing, I don't do.
right. Right.
And I'm not
Yeah.
proud of that. I think I'm probably sounding like a little arrogant about it. I should be doing them. But I was
Yeah.
honest with it, and my appearance is what it doesn't even say hygiene. It says 58. And
Oh,
that's one of the things. The social made me sad because it's very low. But that's just me. I'm not very good with people.
right.
I don't make friends very easily. I have friends in passing. We
Right.
have projects that we do together. And I have friends like that. I always thought I had friends until I talked to you one day, Auntie Destiny, and you were like, "No, that ain't the same." Crushed my whole little spirit, but it was
Right.
truthful. It was the truth. Like, yeah, we're more acquaintances, huh? Business partners and stuff like that. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was honest, and there you go, and that's how I got a 66 on the mind thing because I worry a lot. I
Yeah.
worry about all sorts of stuff because I'm way out here and everybody's way over there. But financially, I can help more than if
r-
I'm right there looking at them. Plus, they'll get on my nerves because, again, with the people thing, I don't want to be bound like that.
Right. It's so funny that you mentioned the appearance thing because I scored high. I got an 81 in the appearance, and I'm like, how did that happen? Because like you, I am not a fashionista thing. I'm not into that at all. And I was like, wow, okay, I scored, that was my highest score, was the appearance. And I thought that would be a lot lower. But yeah. Auntie Marva, what was your overall score, and which of your scores were you surprised about or not happy about?
My overall score was an 80. And I am not surprised that me and Auntie Tamira, me and Auntie Michelle had the same score.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a 70, 70, not an 80, a 70. It was a 70.
Okay.
I'm not surprised we had the same score. But what I will say is my highest score was love.
Oh.
It was 92. And I am not surprised. I was a little bit. I thought it was okay. I'm not surprised at it. I thought it was going to be something else, but I'm
Okay.
not surprised at it because I am loving myself later in life. Like I am truly focusing on me and giving myself some attention. Now, granted, this past week, my energy has been low. My energy has been very low. Um, but I made the conscious decision this morning. I just told my spiritual mother, I am doing me a spiritual bath over these next couple of days. I'm starting me, I'm going to spend some time with God and I'm coming up out this hole. I want to get out this funk. And it's a conscious decision. It is a
Hmm.
conscious decision. And I realized that is easy for me to do now because that was the same thing when I came when I after my first divorce. I used to like to be depressed, y'all. I used to enjoy depression. Like depression was is a drug, and I liked being
Hmm.
depressed. And I just so my whole first 30 plus years was depression. Literally
Mm.
depression. As happy go lucky and goofy as I was depressed. I was not happy with life. I was not happy with people. I know I loved people. I was not happy with myself. Sorry.
Okay.
And I made a conscious decision that I didn't want to be sad no more. I literally said, I'm tired of being sad. And I am at rock bottom. So I'm about to leave here and go do whatever I want to do. And I have been doing that since. And I was 35, 36. So I am not surprised that love is 92, y'all.
Oh,
Love
wow.
love was 92. And then the second highest was environment, 81. But that I'm not surprised there because again, my environment, Auntie Janisha, Auntie Destiny, my job. I love what I do. I am doing something that I actually love. And I live around the corner from there. So it's
Right.
not, I'm not in a I've made the conscious decision to follow my heart and do what I wanted to do um 10 years ago. So and I'm glad. And I was at the lowest part of my life and I just remember saying, I don't want to be like this no more. I don't want to be sad no more. I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want this woe is me mentality no more. And it was a conscious decision for me to just stop. And I did. And when I
Right.
did, I was like, you mean to tell me it was that simple? It was really that simple.
It's just a choice.
It's a
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Now, my health, that score, it, it's a 46.
Oh, wow. So yours is 6 points higher than mine.
It's a 46. And but I know this. This is something that I know I need to work on. I want to work on it. And I've actually been working on it. And as of yesterday sorry, a month ago, I went and started paying for a gym membership and I've been going. I've been walking. I've been taking this little boy to the park and trying to run and keep up with him on purpose. Because I'm tired of looking the way I look. I've been going to, oh, y'all, I'm getting my teeth done. I will not have no more holes in my mouth after 2025. I am investing in my health. I got some more. I made me another appointment because I was inspired by Auntie Janisha last week. She got her some more glasses, and I said, "Let me stop playing and fix my eyeballs." I made me an appointment. I am getting me some new glasses. I am going to get my teeth done. Whether that be, I really want some porcelain, some porcelains or some prosthetics or whatever. I ain't getting them little chucky things where they shaving my teeth down. I ain't
Them
playing with that.
chiclet looking things.
I won't never.
Ultra bright at that.
But I am getting me some teeth. I am getting some porcelain overlays. I'm gonna be smiling so hard. They're gonna be like, girl, you was just arguing. Why is you smiling? Girl, I paid too much for these teeth. Oh, y'all better see these teeth. I'm getting my teeth done. I'm gonna lose this weight. And when I lose this weight, I might be getting that little surgery to cut that extra skin off. Cause baby, I'm tired. I don't want to be fat no more. I'm tired of carrying it. I want to get off the team. I don't want to play for the heavyweights no more. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Oh,
Investing in yourself. Ain't nothing
And
wrong
I
with
am
that.
yeah.
because I feel good. So I want the way I look. I'm a girly girl. I'm the complete opposite of Auntie Janisha. I moisturize my skin and I'm with the lashes and I got on a wig with some lace glue that's to the side of my head right now. And I got my nails done. My nieces blessed me with getting my nails and my feet done a week ago. I am a girly girl to my soul. So the way that I feel inside,
Mm-mm.
I want to lift me up and reflect that on the outside, but healthy wise. I want to be healthy. I don't want to just be cute because my face card don't decline. I want to feel good and I want it to be real. I want my heartbeat, my heart rate to not be doing somersaults at the top of the stairs. Like I just we got to do something about this.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. You're so funny.
Hey man,
So, well,
life is short.
that is the end of the topic. So we're gonna move on to our segments. So the first one, loving connections, building better relationships. This month we are playing a sexy game.
Ooh.
So,
I want to
Auntie
play with y'all
Marva,
though. Ew.
Uh, I always knew. I
No,
just paused for a moment because I knew Auntie Janisha was gonna have something smart to say,
what?
so I
I
just
ain't trying.
paused
When I
for it.
when I think about y'all babies, I don't think about nothing about no sex. Okay, I'm sorry.
I
No sex
said a
game.
sexy. I said a yeah. What? Okay, it's look. Auntie Marva, career corner. You have the floor.
Wait, what happened to the sex game?
What? That's for them to play.
Oh, it's for the peoples with the people. I'm a
Yeah,
person
for the
without a.
couples.
I'm a people without a people, so that's
Well, I
why
don't
they didn't
have one
register.
either.
Well, maybe we
Yeah,
could play together, Auntie. People do that, don't they? I don't want to do
I
that.
am not. I am not playing a sexy
I'm not
game
playing.
with you. We don't have that. We do not have that kind of relationship. I
I
love you.
play.
I love you, but
Sign
I
me
don't
up for that.
love you.
Listen to the baby of the crew. Let's
Sign
just
me
move
up
on
for
because
that booty duty.
uh-uh.
Nope. I am not playing those
I'm
kind
about to
of
get us
games
in
with
trouble because I
y'all.
was about to say
Yee.
something that my grandma would say right now in this moment, but it's politically incorrect. So just can we move on?
Yes,
Cause she
I'm
on the
trying to
she on the
move
tip of my
on. You the
tongue.
one. I'm
Hey, yo,
trying to move
pause.
on. You the
Dang,
one that keep bringing
tip
us
of my
back
tongue. Uh,
again.
let's go.
Career corner. Take it away, Auntie Marva.
I mean,
Pause.
it's a.
Hurry.
I mean, people have got whole careers with playing you with them type of games. You know.
And
I
make
mean,
good
I'm just
money.
make great money, and they happy as a horse. You dig? Anyway, because we was talking about love and self care, and Auntie Destiny suggested that I look up some opportunities as far as caregiving. I thought that I was probably going to have a few issues here, and I don't know why I thought that because I used to work in that industry and they're prevalent everywhere. So I have found some opportunities. One being in Florida. If you are in the West Palm Beach area, you can be a personal caregiver. They pay weekly, and they are willing to provide you with the certifications needed to complete the task. You
Can we
will be
pause right
working,
here?
huh?
Can we
What?
pause right here before we even
Why?
go any further? We have enough weird people in Florida. It seems like all the serial killers come to Florida and all that. Being a caregiver is not, and a truck driver is not your invitation to going. No, y'all stop, please. Keep it over there. We have enough in Florida. But if you're sincere and you're not gonna just end up on America's Most Wanted, Auntie Marvel, continue. This for you.
So
This for you.
LHC Group is looking for personal caregivers. They pay weekly, and it would be one-to-one patient care, one-on-one, in their homes. And like I said, they are willing to assist you to get you through certifications to get what you need. And so you can find that link in the bio. Um,
It's not
and
for everybody.
it is not for everybody because this is one industry that you cannot operate in for the money. Your heart has to be in it because you have to be patience is the number one key. Perseverance is number two. And you have to be kind. You have to be kind and loving because it's,
Hmm.
dealing with other people. You have to remember trying to put two different personalities in one relationship is hard, and it is a relationship. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The second location they are looking in for was in Seattle, Washington, and they're looking for caregivers. This company, this is a self-employed opportunity. This is a full-time on-site role for a caregiver in Seattle, Washington, and they'll be responsible for providing all the assistance with the daily living activities and personal care and companionship to individuals in need of support. And this will be in a facility. They want the basic things like first aid and CPR, and that stuff is not hard to acquire. They offer those all. You can do that online or in person. In the classes are very, very inexpensive, usually about 30-40 bucks, something around that range. And then they would prefer some caregiving experience with this particular location. And you must have a driver's license. You do need a driver's license because you're caring for them, so you're going to need to go take them to doctor's appointments, shopping, things of that nature. But you must be compassionate and patient, and don't be putting your hands on them people. Okay. Again, you can find this opportunity in the bio. So clickety click away. And if you're in that area, I hope you get that opportunity. And then third. Um, and I want to highlight the LHC opportunity that I mentioned. They don't just offer that just in West Palm. I meant to say that they offer that. They have locations all around the country. So when you go to the site, if you happen to just go to the careers tab and type in your location to see if those caregiving opportunities are available in your area. But last but not least, interim healthcare. This particular position is in Hayfork, California, but I chose this one as well for the same reason. They are looking for caregivers in Hayfork, California, and this is on site. But they also have other opportunities around the country. So again, when you go to the careers tab, click on the careers tab. Search put it in your city or your location and see if you can find some opportunities there. Okay. Again, compassion, patience, a friendly like demeanor. Do not be putting your hands on them people because they gonna lock y'all up. Okay? And
Okay, baby, they're
sometimes
not
you
the
are
only ones you can't shake.
exactly. Sometimes
Right.
you'll be working with a patient that may not be as happy and patient as friendly as you. That's why they need the assistance. They need someone with love and patience in their heart because they need someone to be there for them. So don't go in there playing them crazy games because you're gonna win some crazy prizes and it's gonna be jail. Do not collect 200 straight to jail. Okay? So y'all go ahead, look in the bio, click the link, find your area, see if the opportunities are there for you, and I wish you all good luck because why you can't
Cannot
have
have
my
her job.
job. You can't have it. You can't. I'm sorry.
Get, go get your own.
Go get
Yeah.
your own.
Oh.
And if you're
Okay.
horrible, preferably in another state, not Florida.
Okay.
Tired of being in the news.
Auntie Janisha, over to you. What were they thinking?
Oh my. So, I listened to these crime stories, and there was one in particular that I thought would be very fitting here because I was looking for something on Amazon, and I happened to see this person's book. And what were they thinking is Amazon? Why they selling this person's book? And I know there's some other horrible people on there, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of this story. So this guy, Richard Brighton, back in 2014, he traveled 500 miles to stalk and attack this young girl for leaving him a one-star review on this horrible book that he wrote. That I ain't even gonna say the name of, and he might be out of jail by now because they only gave him, I think, 30 months or something like that. So he might could look me up too, like he did her. But I don't care. I'm ready for him anyway. Richard Brighton, that's his name, tracked this young girl down and decided he was gonna start stalking her. But at the time that he did that, he was already stalking the object, like the main person, the character in the book that he wrote, this horrible book that the girl
Mm-hmm.
gave one star. The main character was this other girl that he was stalking that went to his college.
Oh.
So he put one down for the other one, and he went to that young lady's job and hit her over the head with a bottle of wine, and they caught
What?
him. Yes, traveled 500 miles to do it,
That's
all because she
crazy.
gave him a one star, and her stuff was all over social media. So that's how he kind of. So y'all be careful out there on social media with your information. I know Auntie Destiny, you don't have to worry about it
I
because
don't have
you're
social
pretty.
media.
Yeah, you're pretty guarded. But some of us, we all out there, and there's a lot of Richards. Yeah, those are the kind we don't want in Florida. That's what I was talking about. I hope nobody else got offended. Everybody else is cool, but not them ones.
Mm-mm.
So
Wow.
Amazon, though, you can look up this book, and I'm not going to give the name. I've given enough information. If you're that curious, you can go find it for yourself. But I'm going to take Mama's word for it. If it was a 1 star, it need not be mentioned, and his actions definitely needed not be mentioned, as far as I'm
Wow.
concerned. Yeah. So Amazon, yeah, take that down.
You
We
forgot to
ain't doing
say
that.
you forgot to
What?
say that after he hit her over the head and he got arrested, that he fell in love with her and started
Yeah,
stalking her.
started stalking.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
he started stalking her. So and sending her love letters from prison or jail, whatever they do it, 30-month people, because that was not nearly long enough. It was a total fail all the way around. So
It
I would say
sounds
the British government and Amazon. What were y'all thinking?
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hmm. Okay. Parents, grab your children, grab your calendar, and let's sit down and pick our night for I see you, I hear you, and pick our activity, our 1 hour activity, so we can build our parent child relationship. All right, Auntie Janisha, back to you, Auntie's bookshelf.
Ooh, Auntie's bookshelf. So I've been doing pretty good. I started doing stocks,
Oh,
working the stock markets, letting my money work for me instead of me working for the money. That finally sunk into my soul. And this month's book is Robert K. I can never remember Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. A lot of y'all have heard it, of that book, maybe.
yeah.
If you haven't read it, go and read that one. But the one that I really liked, because I've read 3 of his books by now, this one is a fave. It's called the Cash Flow Quadrant. It put a lot of stuff into perspective for me. One of which being a business owner, which is what I thought I was, but it cleared it up. And again, hurt my whole little soul because I thought I had me some businesses I was running. No, I just created jobs for myself. But I get it. I get it. And you'll get it too if you get this book. It's by Robert K., the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And what he's encouraging you in this book, giving you a clear picture of what it is to be a employee, a self-employed, and then a business owner, which I was not, and then also an investor, which is where I strived to be. I just didn't kind of know it like that, that I was actually trying to get over there to that position only. And it's really cleared some stuff up for me, and it will for you too.
Oh, okay.
Cash
Cool.
flow quadrant.
Cool. Don't forget to send me your links.
Yes, ma'am, I shall.
Okay. Open topics. Okay, our first open topic. Do you believe there is meaning behind your dreams?
Yes.
Auntie Janisha.
Always. Definitely. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dream interpreter. It's a natural gift.
Okay.
Cause she be
I've
hooking me up
learned.
all the time. She stay interpreting
Yeah.
mine.
And yeah, it's a gift that I appreciate because I don't dream that I can remember
Right.
unless it means something. I've
Mm.
spoken with a lot of people who they don't have any, or they, according to them, there's no meaning to a lot of their dreams. But I literally will not dream unless there is a message there. And sometimes I have to sit with it and like, oh, it'll come to me.
Y-
Sometimes in the middle of the night, I'll wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Usually the dreams that I don't remember are the ones that I have that those deja vu moments.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of those. I'm like, and then I'm trying to remember and then I try to remember what's going to happen next, which I'm not ever successful at. So,
There's a
um,
sister that wrote a book. She's a Christian, and she's now I've seen a lot of Christians coming at her saying that it's not real or that it's of the devil or all these sorts of things.
Right.
But in the interviews that I saw of her last name is Ek. I think it's Stephanie Ike. You might pronounce it, but I think it's Ek. She's from Nigeria. She attends one of those Potter's House churches, and it's one out in one of the megas in California. But Miss Stephanie points out that in the Bible there are so many people that the Spirit of God spoke to them through dreams. And
Mm-hmm.
even he would have, like, let's say Joseph that would interpret the dream when I think it was Potiphar that sent for him. So it was a something used by God or the Most High or Spirit. And those things are true. And for the life of me, I guess this is my open topic. I don't know why religious folk discredit things that's in their book. I don't understand that. But she points
Right.
those things out, that it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
But I happen to believe it's a gift from the Most High because I've helped a lot of people with that, including myself. It's caused me to go a direction when I was actually headed down one road and not like, no, you need to look at that again or look at that person again. And
Mm.
it's turned, you know, been true for me. So
Right. Mm,
I'm not
okay.
opposed to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next one, can you speak more than one language, Auntie Janisha? Can you speak another
Um,
language?
I can speak properly, and then I can speak or what we would consider proper English. And then that's all I do right home. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might
But
not
you
understand what I'm
did
saying,
hood,
right?
street, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
You know,
Auntie Marva, it is not your turn yet.
you know what I'm saying? There
No,
but
no, but
gangsters
you know what
in
I'm
this
saying?
thing. You know, you
Coming off
heard.
with it, coming right off the dome. You know what I'm talking about? Especially with,
It's
you know,
somebody.
if you're from Florida, there's a whole nother thing. Like when we say jits, I heard that in the Carolinas they say chaps, and that's talking about children, right? So, just, everybody has their stuff, and I can
Yeah.
definitely hang with mine.
Oh, okay.
But no,
So,
that's not a second language, but it is. But it
r-
ain't, but
r-
it is.
right. Auntie Marva.
Oh, I speak English. I speak proper etiquette at work. I speak English day by day, and I also speak Florida. You did, because you know what I'm saying. If you out here in these dirty streets, you got to be able to roll and stick and jig. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh. She is crazy, but I love her.
It
Well,
is.
I can speak a little Russian. I studied Russian for 2 years. So
Okay.
I can speak a little Russian. I don't remember a lot, but I
Is that
remember a
because
little
of?
bit.
Mhm.
Is that because of that man, that
What
actor?
what man? No, he's Irish.
Close enough.
No, it's not.
You know
They
what?
are on two separate continents.
Wait. They are actually on the same continent.
I
You're
mean,
not going to
I
that
mean,
seven
they are
continent thing.
they are two different regions.
Yeah,
They're not
regions.
even close to each other.
Oh,
Because Europe
You
is
are
not a
so.
continent.
yes.
I meant region, not continent. I
I'm
meant
sorry. Do we
region.
have listeners from Europe? It's not. Did I say that earlier? But it's
Yeah,
not because it's not separated like that. If you want to look at the real definition of a continent, just to be clear,
right.
I ain't
That
trying to be
is true.
disparaging
I
here.
miss. Yeah,
There's
no,
only
I know.
six, not seven. They play too much.
Yeah, no, I that was a slip of the tongue. That wasn't what
I
it
wasn't
was.
I
correcting you.
can.
I was just standing firm on my stance here because I know we have people that listen to us from Europe, but it's really not. So,
Yeah,
I
no,
can speak. I can speak. I'm not gonna lie. I can. Also, I can understand some Spanish. I can't speak it, but I can. I know enough words that when they're talking, that I can figure out what they're saying.
mm-hmm.
But don't ask me to respond because it's
the
gonna be in
only
English.
the
And then
only
I
Spa-
can count to 10, and I know some greetings in a Bibio. which is my husband's native language. But that's it. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and all the cuss words in Creole.
Oh,
Yes.
she didn't say all the curse words.
Plus
I mean,
Monte, because
this
that's
South Florida. This South Florida. If you don't know
we
all the
trying
cuss
to eat
words in
all day.
Creole, you is lost.
I do. I think I remember the greetings in Japanese. The only I'm trying to think because you mentioned Spanish. The only Spanish I know is the food. Burrito, taco, enchilada,
No,
chimichanga.
yeah,
You know what, Auntie? You know what? And
The
y'all talk
important
about me.
stuff.
and we can't forget about French toast and French fries and French bread. So that's a little bit of French. Yeah,
That is not French fries is not a
it's
French.
right there, Auntie. That's the first word you say before you get to the
Just
fries.
because
What are you
it's
talking about?
okay, is it you know what? We gonna do a show on that because just because it has French in the name doesn't mean it's from that's its country of origin. We're gonna do a show on that.
Look, tomato, tomato. Okay.
Yeah. If you could train your falcon to steal one dessert, which one would you choose?
Did you say steal? Train it to steal one dessert?
Yep. That's the
Hmm.
question. Auntie Janisha, what are you training your falcon? What dessert are you training your falcon to steal?
Probably some lemon
First of all,
pound
what is
cake.
he gonna wrap it in? I don't. Just like this little puppy is not gonna be licking me in my face. We're just not doing that. I don't want it. Auntie Marvin knows I don't share my food anyway, because he's grown.
Well, he's
I don't. I
stealing it
don't
for
know.
you. It's
Well,
not
yeah,
sharing. He
he's
just
Yeah,
stealing
he
doing it
can
it
for
have
for
it.
you.
you.
He's not eating it.
I would thank him, and with all the love, but he can have it. I don't want it now.
What if
Uh,
it's wrapped
uh,
up all nice and tight, and his claws
right.
and claws don't get on it? It's gonna
And
be that
it's
lemon pound cake.
and it's on that little tray that he could just grab the little. He could just drag the tray with the little arms. He could just grab it and just bring it to you without, and he don't even have to touch it.
Okay, this might be a little hard for the bird, but I want a whole vat of vanilla ice cream with
Oh, okay.
butter and pecans in it.
Oh, you butter pecan. Yes, that is
Yes,
the
ma'am. That's what
yeah.
I want. A whole
I
vat though.
prefer I prefer black walnut, but they don't make black walnut anymore. So butter pecan
I
is my
still see it.
second.
I still see it every now and then.
Do
Eh,
you?
Yeah, like on Publix and stuff.
Mm. So, Auntie Marva, what dessert is your falcon stealing for you?
My falcon isn't stealing any desserts from me because I'm on a diet and I'm watching my figure because we just talked about my health and I just talked about that I
Wow.
really want to change my life and I want my life to change for the better. So I'm not eating sugars right now. So he may steal me like, juiced celery or some cucumber juice.
That is not a
and
dessert.
that's one of her other languages that she speaks.
Yeah. Well, well,
Bilingual.
my falcon is still in cheesecake.
Boo, throw the whole cake away.
With
Auntie
some
Marva's like,
strawberries,
well,
not the cherry.
now.
Yeah.
No, no, not cherry. Mm-mm. Strawberry or lemon.
Yes.
So, Auntie Janisha, if
Mm-hmm.
you could learn any musical instrument, what would it be?
Oh, wow. So I've always wanted to learn the piano because, yeah.
You
All
just
right. So
stole
this is
mine.
a dream. This is a dream. Okay. It's the piano because I have this bucket list situation where I'm going to go into some swanky hotel that probably they would be turning their nose up at me. And I want
Mhm.
to walk over to their grand piano and sit and play something. And then when I stop, like people are standing there just enjoying
Applauding.
it. And then I just, they got to applaud, just appreciating it, quiet.
Right.
And then I just get up and I leave. That is a real thing that I want to do.
Oh, okay. Auntie
She
Marva.
also she also wants to do that with stand up comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Auntie Marva. What musical instrument are you learning?
I've always wanted to play the saxophone, but that requires wind, and I'm not exactly sure that I can do that. But if it would be, or fluently play the guitar, because I can chord and I can pick, but I can't like play live. So maybe that,
Mm.
and the piano and the drums,
Oh, okay.
everything,
She said
everything.
everything. So mine is the piano and the violin.
Yes, I
Those
love
are
violin.
yeah, those are mine too.
Mm, mm, mm.
By the way,
Mm.
Lindsay Sterling's going to be in Atlanta. I'd like to see that young lady because I enjoy her violin.
Trick Daddy finna do a show in front of an orchestra.
I'd like to be there too. There's a few concerts that's coming
I
up that I
can't
would
wait.
like
I
to
want to go
attend,
so bad, but the tickets is sold out.
Oh,
but I am going to see Robert Glasper. I'm so excited. Oh, don't hate. Yeah, it's
right.
not
What
hooked
was
on you.
right? The hate. Wow. Okay, well, ladies, guess what? It's that time. It's the end. It's always sad when we come to the end. We
It's always sad.
Yeah, we need to come up with a good ending. This is our third season and we still don't have a good ending. We need to work on that.
Peace out. I always think about Smokey on
Oh,
Friday.
peace out.
Peace out.
So, well, everyone, thank you again for joining us and taking time out of your busy day to hang out with us. We really appreciate it and love all the support that we're getting. And we will see you all next month, same time, same place. Peace out. Be safe. Happy
Bye. Keep it pimping and smooth.
Keep it in the
aunt,
road.
Keep it
auntie
play it out.
auntie listen out.
Bye, y'all.